In this example, we're going to solve the rational equation given by 4x over x plus 3 minus 12 over x minus 3 equals 4x squared plus 36 all over x squared minus 9. The first thing I'm going to do is simply rewrite it and factor every numerator and denominator. And it looks like the only ones that need factoring are the right-hand side here, this term here. I can factor the top and the bottom. So let's rewrite as 4x over x plus 3 minus 12 over x minus 3 equals, well, I know that bottom is the difference of two perfect squares. X squared minus 9 is x plus 3, x minus 3. And the top, I guess all I can do is, for starters anyways, I can pull out a 4, because 9 times 4 is 36. So I could pull out a 4, and I would get x squared plus 9. So if you multiply that out, you'd get 4x squared, which is that, and then 4 times 9 is 36. And we can't factor the x squared minus 9, x squared plus 9, it's the sum of two squares. Okay, so what we'll do is take the entire equation and multiply it by the least common denominator, the LCD, which happens to be, I could put parentheses around these if I wanted to. One of the factors has to be x plus 3, one of the factors has to be x minus 3, one of the factors in the LCD has to be x plus 3, which we already stated, and x minus 3, which we already stated. So the LCD is simply this denominator, x plus 3, x minus 3, and if you like you can put it over 1 to make it a fraction. And I'm going to multiply this fraction, the LCD, times this, this, and this. So when I take this and multiply it by the first term here, the x plus 3 is going to cancel this x plus 3, leaving you with an x minus 3 on top, and this 4x as well. So 4x, x minus 3, minus, well, that minus just corresponds with that minus. X minus 3 cancels, leaving us with x plus 3 on the top and a 12 on top. Equals, and in this case, the entire denominator cancels with this x plus 3, x minus 3, leaving us with 4, x squared plus 9. And now we just need to multiply everything out and simplify and solve for x. So if I do the distributive property here, I get 4x squared minus 12x. Do the distributive property here, I get negative 12x minus 12x, and then minus 12 times 3, which is minus 36, equals, and it looks like I need to multiply this out again, 4x squared plus 36. Wow, this is nice. At least one simple thing we can do to simplify is notice that we have 4x squared on both sides. Subtract 4x squared from both sides, and they go away. Let's combine these two like terms to get negative 24x minus 36 equals 36. Then I'm going to add 36 to both sides. And I get negative 24x on the left, that cancels, equals, and 36 and 36 is 72. Dividing both sides by negative 24, that gives us x equals, and it turns out that 24 times 3 is 72. So 72 over negative 24 gives us a negative 3. So, is that the solution to our rational equation? Well, it turns out it's not. Simply because, imagine you wanted to plug the value x equals negative 3 into this equation. Well, what's going to happen in the first fraction? You get 4 times negative 3, that's fine, but the bottom would be negative 3 plus 3, giving you a 0 in the denominator, and you can't have that. So we would have, initially, if we would have factored this out, and we would have said that we would have to reject any value for x that would give us a 0 in the denominator. So we could have stated early on that the solution is not going to be a -3 or a +3, because they would give us a 0 here or here, and here as well. So x cannot be plus or minus 3. This would have been our restriction, which again, we discovered it by simply trying to plug this solution into the factored equation up here. So it turns out that the true solution is the empty set. Or you could just say no solution. But this would be a perfectly good answer. That symbol right there means the empty set.